Some of us have had COVID-19 symptoms that recovered somewhat quickly, but others have had the virus for much longer. Jennifer Austin tells us how the Mayo Clinic has a rehab program to help those who are known as long haulers.
Stephanie Buffalo came down with a 104-degree temperature on April 1st, 2020.
April Fool's. I'll never forget it.
She'll never forget because she landed in the hospital days later on oxygen while fighting COVID-19.
They had looked at doing an event because my oxygen had dropped so low. A couple of weeks, they said, "Oh, you'll get better. Everybody gets over this."
But once she was well enough to be home, Stephanie still had symptoms for months.
Brain fog, the chronic fatigue, and the muscle pain. I just felt like I was on this hamster wheel.
Then, in October, the hamster wheel prompted her to take a nearly 16-hour drive from her home in Alabama to the Mayo Clinic, where she met Dr. Greg Van Ishkeshorn, known as Dr. Van, now treating and studying people with what he calls post-COVID syndrome.
At first, we thought this was just a random occurrence, but we saw more and more patients who were having troubles getting back to their normal function.
Dr. Van works with patients in what Mayo calls its COVID Activity Rehabilitation Program, or CARP, basically physical therapy for people trying to get over COVID, some almost a year after testing positive.
You have patients that still have symptoms a year later?
Yes, unfortunately, that is the case. It's not the majority, though, by any stretch of the imagination.
The good news, Dr. Van says all the CARP patients are getting better, like Stephanie, who after her time at Mayo is now back to her normal life with a message she wants to share.
This is a very serious virus, and it's not just the people who are dying who don't get over the acute portion of it. It's also the chronic part.
The Bison aren't used to losing back-to-back games. We'll show you how they're working to make sure that doesn't happen again right after the break.